Wargaming have finally pulled out what you were expecting with new tank skins with World of Tanks console, and today's video is going to cover not only these new tank skins but also the changes where Wargaming are hoping to remove some premium tanks next week as of the recording of this video, and of course we'll cover all of the update news surrounding World of Tanks 4 next week as well. But first, let's have a look at the new skins, and for those of you who are paying attention straight away, you can see the first tank skin for the tier 10, and that is the Chieftain Mark 6, and you can see it on screen right now, and this actually looks really good. I think Wargaming have done a really nice job with introducing this. It's not too over the top, and it's also something that we haven't actually seen before on any World of Tanks version. I'm pretty sure, I don't think this is on World of Tanks PC, and I don't think that World of Tanks Blitz have this, but of course if I'm wrong, please comment in the comment section down below and let others know if I am wrong in that assumption, but I'm pretty sure it isn't the case. But you can see here straight away the Chieftain Mark 6, which is the tier 10 British premium, or not premium, but tech tree vehicle. I don't think that this counts for any of the premium versions, although that would have been nice for them to kind of use on the T95 FV4201 Chieftain, which you can also get, but they didn't actually decide to go with that. But this is the skin that you can actually pick up, and it's going to be a nice one. I'm really looking forward to actually seeing this in the game. We'll get into pricing in a second once we've reviewed all of the skins. I think that this is quite possibly the nicest of all of the skins, and of course from the thumbnail of this video you've probably seen this one and one other, and yeah, really nice. And then the second one that we have is the Leopard 1 with this kind of gimmicky looking skin. I'm not a massive fan, but it does have this kind of I don't even know what it's trying to be. I guess it's trying to be a leopard, but yeah, it has the skin. It's got a few sandbags added on. It's got this bar at the front like a spike. Of course this won't be any effective armor. It doesn't give you any advantage to the game. These skins are purely cosmetic, other than the fact of maybe making it a little bit more difficult for you to actually see in the game visually where the lower plate and stuff is. So just be aware when you're in the game that the skins can be a little bit annoying on some tanks, especially things like the Arachnid, which have the skin actually on the tank. Even though it's only cosmetic, it can still be a pain to actually be able to pinpoint the location of the weak points of the vehicle. But this one probably isn't going to be a big problem since it's the Leopard 1, and yeah, it's not really that bad. But either way, this tank skin looks okay. I don't think it's outrageous. Of course, leave your own comments as to what you think about all of these. Do you think that they could have done the Leopard 1 better? And if so, what would you have changed with the tank skin? And also, what tank skins would you like to see come into what console soon? And I think that they will be introducing more, but that is of course the Leopard 1. What about the T110E4? Well, this is what you've got for the T110E4. It's got the lucky horseshoe, which is funny. It's also got this camo netting that's kind of been degraded over time by the looks of things. And you've got this sandbag. You've got from the side view, you can see a couple more sandbags. I mean, it looks really cool. It's got these fuel tanks on the back as well added on that kind of hang down from the engine deck. So also really cool. You've got the helmet on the top. I mean, overall looks like a really good skin, and I'm kind of looking forward to actually seeing this in the game. And I think that these, or well, all three have kind of been very good so far. But we're getting these tank skins for the Cold War vehicles too. So this is the M1A2 Abrams. You can see here, this has got like padding around the gun. You've got extra camo. You've got this camo net on the front along with just on the side. You've got a few extras, I believe, as well. You're seeing some additional kind of bits around the tank, which is always nice. A bit more camo netting and stuff like that. So yeah, nice to see the M1A2 get some premium like skins that you can purchase. And also then the Challenger 2 also getting some premium skins too. So you've got this camo net much like the previous, as well as this kind of cover as well, tank cover on the side. You've got a few extras. I think you may even have some fuel tanks and stuff like that added in and dotted around, some more bags and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks really nice. All of these tanks look really good, and I think that they've done a really good job with all of them. You can see all of the skins here. This is how much that they're selling them all for. So for example, if you want the Powerhouses skin pack, so that is all of these skins, it will cost you 6,500 gold, which to be honest with you, you know, you're probably paying about, I don't know, £15, maybe £20 for all of the skins, which at the end of the day isn't awful. But remember, you do get like 5 skins for the price of 6,500. So it's about 1,000 and a bit for every single one of the skins. So at the end of the day, not a bad price. Could you get better prices? I don't know. Maybe Wargaming do 50% kind of savings on some of the skins, but it might be a while till that ever comes out. So now will be a good time to pick them up if you enjoy all of them and you have the tanks. But in doing so, they also released the classic skin pack, so that is only if you play World War II. Not only, but if you want to purchase the World War II tanks in specific, they're at the same discount as if you were to buy them all. This one, of course, costing you 3,900 if you want to pick it up, and that'll be at 35% savings. So maybe I will go out and actually get these, since I own all 3 of the T124, the Leopard 1 and the Chieftain, and they all look really good. I've got the gold on the account to be able to do that, so maybe you guys would be doing the same if you think that they look cool or they're going to add something. I think that this is actually not a bad thing. And then you've got the Western Detente skin pack as well, so you can pick up the M1A2 and the Challenger on their own if you wanted. That is not such a great savings, only 25%, and it will cost you 3,000 gold. But, just pick the one that you actually like. Or you could go with the UK top tier skin pack, so that includes the Chieftain Mark 6 and also the Challenger 2, so that's 3,000 gold, and then also the US top tier skin pack, which is the T124 and the M1A2 Abrams for 3,000 as well. So you can't buy them individually, but you can buy them as part of a bundle for pretty much the price of some of the tier 10 skins that you can actually get in the game right now. So yeah, I think that these are decent. They really look good, and I'm looking forward to actually jumping in and seeing these in the game even more so than some of the other skins that we have currently in the game. So yeah, really, really nice. Big thumbs up from me in terms of what these skins look like. And yeah, I think that these will be super, super cool. They will be 2,000 gold in each, the customization reel. So essentially you can just save some money by buying the bundles. So in my saying that you can't buy them on their own, you can. They're just more expensive, 2,000 gold each, as opposed to if you were to buy them in the pack, they're only 1,300 gold each. So yeah, not bad whatsoever. But what else do we have this week? Well, as I said, that they'll be removing some of the premium tanks in the game. And by saying removing, they're actually removing them on Tuesday, February 7th. So they'll be no longer available for purchase on the premium tech tree tank kind of page in the game, but they will come out on sale again at some point. But at the moment, what they're doing is all of the tanks that will be removed will be on a 30% discount. So that includes the following tanks. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's just a ton of them, and I'll go through some of the key ones that are being removed from sale from the premium tech tree if you want me to. And of course, you can always pause the video and then look through yourself at specific ones. But ones of note are the T54E2, so that's the Renegade. It's the auto-loading heavy tank, so if you want to get that, it will be 30% discount. The T77, also similarly, the 3-shot autoloader from the American line. So those are 2 of the ones that I really enjoyed. There's also the Soviet line, so you've got the Object 252U Defender, so you can pick that one up. And also the SU-130 PM, also for 30% off. And there's a few others in there, but nothing too spectacular. With the German line, you can get the Panther 88 and the E75 TS, which are both pretty good. The Jagdtiger 88 also on sale, so that should be pretty cheap. But I don't think it's that overpowered or anything, but it was really fun when I used it not that long ago. You've got the UK, you've got the Centurion 5/1, which was good. I really enjoyed that one. And also the G-Saw 1008 and the Charlemagne. All of those are pretty good. The rest of them are like average to okay. Then French line, you've got the Batchat Barrasque, which I highly recommend you have in your garage if you don't already, because it's just super, super fun to play. But don't get disheartened if they do go out of the game. You can always pick them up in bundles, as I'm sure that that's what Wargaming are trying to do, is remove them all from the premium tech tree so everyone can't just purchase them, and then what they'll do is probably come along and be like, hey, look at this bundle which isn't as good as it used to be in terms of the sale, so you end up paying more for these vehicles because of the rarity factor that Wargaming have self-created, although they'll give you a completely different reason for that down here, which we'll get through in a second. China, you got the M41D, Sweden, Lansen C, you've got the Polish, you got the CS52 List, which is actually kind of fun to play, and then you've got Italians, the Bisonte, and the Mercenaries, the Brick and the Turtle, but I wouldn't bother buying the Turtle since you can pick up the TANK, which is essentially the exact same tank. The Trinity Mark II, probably not that interesting, but why are Wargaming doing this? What is their reasoning? Well, originally there were two types of premium vehicles, Tech Tree Premiums and Store-Only Premiums. Tech Tree Premiums were available all of the time, and on the nation tree you could pick them, and there was only a handful available for each nation. Store-Only Premiums, these premium tanks were only available in the store for purchase through bundles. Fast forward a few years to December 2017, they added the Premium Tech Tree, where you could basically pick any of them and buy them at any point. The Premium Tech Tree was designed to display all premiums that were in the game, so that you could see the armor profile modules, blah, 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 see actually the statistics of the vehicles, to see whether you actually, how to take them out, I guess is what they're saying here. As part of the new Premium Tech Tree, the Tech Tree Premium tanks were moved out of their nations and moved into the Premium Tech Tree, where they remained. This move caused a feature that was designed to provide players with in-game information, to turn to into its own store. As time went on, more and more tanks were added and made permanently available, with there now being 285 premium tanks available for purchase. This is quite a bit more than the handful of Tech Tree Premiums that we originally started with, and has caused issues. I didn't quite know what Wargaming is saying with issues. Maybe in the selling of their new premium tanks, for example, maybe their sales have gone down. I wouldn't want to say, but maybe the abundance of tons of premium tanks means that they're not as exclusive when a brand new vehicle comes out, and therefore they can't make as much money from the development into the new vehicles as they can from just having all of these tanks available. So they remove all of the tanks availability, and therefore you're more pressured into buying the brand new tank. I wonder whether it's that. That might be the issue, but I don't know. I mean, it's only speculation, and of course, that it seems a bit sus to me. With this in mind, we'll be reducing the number of vehicles available for purchase to roughly 100 premium tanks. This brings it down to a more manageable number. Like they have to manage anything. Like they are literally not doing anything other than removing tanks. So it's not like they're managing it every day and going, oh, we've really got to check that the Premium Tech Tree has 285 premiums instead of 100 premiums. Like there's no management involved in that. Literally, I have no idea what they're saying here, but that just seems like absolute horse. You may be wondering why now. So they're currently performing an in-depth in-depth analysis of the game, reviewing player feedback and looking to resource certain aspects. I'm sure loads of players were going, you know what, all of those premium tanks that we can buy and some of the broken ones that are always available, I really want to have less of those. I really want to not be able to buy the tanks in the game. I'm pretty sure loads of people are asking for that. Anyway, an example of this is buying the tank from the Premium Tech Tree, then finding it a week or two later in a weekly deal bundle for 50% off. We want to add back the separation between the Tech Tree Premiums and Store Premiums to prevent this overlap of pricing. This allows us to protect players from situations like this, where different events or bundles cause price differences for the same item within a short period of time. Well, maybe Wargaming, what you could do is just take that premium off of sale when you want to release it, or when someone buys it within a set period of time, that it just refunds them the money of the gold or whatever it might be. So for example, if someone goes out and buys something and it's coming into effect, they just basically release the gold value for what they would have got it for within a set period of time. So for example, if you buy a premium for tier 8 and then it comes into a sale later on down the line, maybe 2 weeks later maximum, you'll get your money back, and that will stop that issue rather than just remove them for all of the time. I don't quite get what that was about, but there you go. How will they do it? They'll basically be removing them in stages. They've already done one wave already, and they've just removing a second wave now. And what does this mean for the premium tech tree? So it will still function as normal, but with fewer tanks available for purchase at any given time. So we will still use it for trade-in events or special sales events, but now you have better price protection for your purchases. I'm not entirely sure that was the intent of this, but that's what they're saying the intent is. But there you go. Of course, you can make your own opinion. I don't want to bias anything. Maybe it is actually for that. Just from my personal experience, I don't feel like that's really the reason. Just from I don't think there's that many people that get caught out with it, and there's probably a better way of dealing with it other than just removing the tanks from sale anyway. I don't think that there's as much of a problem with having it as it is right now, but they, of course, just remove them as the easiest option for Wargaming, and that's what they've done. The other information that we have for next week is that, of course, we've got the new skins and everything, but we've got the premium bonuses, and that is for the Centurion Action X and the FV4202 line, which I highly recommend you get both vehicles. This is an insane tanks that I really enjoy playing. They're not like super overpowered or anything, it's just that they're really fun to play, and the FV4202 is probably my favourite medium in the game, if not the TVPT 5051, but yeah, the FV4202, really fun to play, has HESH rounds, very good penetration on the standard rounds, good DPM, fairly decent armour considering it's a medium tank, and much better than the Action X in my opinion. And then you've got the WZ-111 or 113G FT, which is the tank destroyer, and I'll actually be working my way towards this tank as we move forward. And then the E100 line, of course, all of these vehicles and the vehicles leading up to them from tier 5 all the way up to tier 10 will get 50% more silver and also 50% more XP in the premium bonus event. So essentially for 2 weeks you'll get 50% more silver, 50% more XP for all of those tanks and the tanks leading up to them from tier 5, not the tier 3 and tier 4 vehicles. So yeah, really nice to see. And hopefully that's everything for the news. Of course, as the information comes out on Tuesday, they usually throw in a few extra things for the operations and stuff like that. So we'll cover that as and when it comes. But other than that, hopefully that was everything you needed to know. And if I've missed anything, please leave it in the comment section down below, and hopefully you did enjoy. Once again, if you want to check out the video on the Chieftain 120, which was the brand new Chieftain in Cold War, I highly recommend you have a look on this side of the screen. There should be a video showcasing the Chieftain 120, and then on the other side we've got the tank review gameplay and tank reviews playlist that you can have a look at as well. But other than that, hope you have a fantastic rest of the day and a rest of the weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.